Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily transfer update. Big up everyone tuning in over on Chelsea Fan TV as well. Guys, make sure you get involved in the chat as you always do. Smash the likes on both streams. Make sure you subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already. And what a day we've had. What a day we've had, 5 players, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 players out the door at Chelsea today. 3 going to Saudi Arabia. Kai Havertz sealing a £65 million move to rivals Arsenal. And yeah, I mean, what a day. Chelsea fire sale in full effect. Everything must go. Mendy, buy. Ziyech, buy. Koulibaly, buy. Kovacic, buy. Havertz, buy. Buy. It's like fucking NSYNC. Not 90s pop reference. I don't know if anyone's got that, but yeah. Fucking hell, what a day. I don't even know where to start. I mean, UK time, before 11 a.m, we'd had 4 here we goes on players out. And, yes, the fees aren't massive from Saudi Arabia, but ultimately it's the wages of the books that are the biggest thing. Some high earners are off the wage bill, and we are getting some half decent money back into the club. So this is a great day. This is a great day. The long-awaited squad clear out that we've been crying on about and banging on about for a long, long time has finally arrived. There's 5 players out the door. There should be plenty more to come as well. The likes of your Pulisic, your Aubameyangs, maybe Conor Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek. That's another 4 there. A left back's going to have to go. Maybe Martson. There's still plenty more to move on. But this is a fantastic start. Some big earners off the book. Some players that have been needed to be moved on have been moved on. What I also forgot to mention, a second bid rejected but for Mason Mount from Manchester United, £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons. We obviously had N'Golo Kante's departure as well confirmed. He was posing with the Al-Ittihad shirt. Obviously, the announcement video for him there has been done. He'll be presented to those fans in July. But I mean, what a day. Let's say hello to a few people in the chat before we get cracking on things. No more Havertz up top. Yep, absolutely. Thank God Havertz has finally gone. Yeah, I mean, 65 million. I will get into that later, but I cannot believe you've got that much money for him. I really can't. Congrats. Yeah, great day. Mate, tell me about it. Tell me about it. There's plenty of time. We'll get through everything. Hate the low fees from Saudis. No, we're not being mugged off at all. This is fantastic business for us. Absolutely brilliant business. The best news ever. Thank God that I'll never have to see him in a Chelsea jersey again. Yeah, no, I'm pleased that he's moved on. It's a good day. Best day ever. RD, big up my guy. Goodbye, Kai. Yeah, we had to move on. Only will miss Kante. Yeah. We're fine now. We're fine. No issues there at all. He'll do well for us. Arteta is turning into a world-class manager. Well, at the end of the day, like, Havertz hasn't done the business at Chelsea. If he does well at Arsenal, fair play and so be it. But he wasn't doing the business at Chelsea and we had to get rid. Crack open the champagne. I'm happy with the summer clear out. Yep, summer clear out is got more to go. Yeah, if it's 60 million up front with 5 million in add-ons, I'll get into that. Yeah, big up the Blues. Another beautiful day. Yes. So glad Havertz has gone and Nkunku in to replace him. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like the streams as well. Pochettino will... no chance. We'll finish above you next season. I think our goal for next season should be 3rd place. Let's just get back into the Champions League. Yeah, a great day to be a Chelsea fan. Great day. Havertz is a snake. I don't really care. Ultimately, football's a business. There's no loyalty in football. Arsenal giving us £65 million. If it's a case of keep Kai Havertz or sell him to Arsenal, it's an absolute no-brainer. Yeah, agreed on that. Big up my guy. Yeah, Havertz medical soon. I don't think it's a snake. Loads of players have gone from Chelsea to Arsenal in the past. I don't think it's a big deal. Shame it didn't work out. Yeah, no, it's always a shame when it doesn't work out, but this is a big sample size. 3 whole seasons, multiple different managers, multiple different systems, multiple different formations, and he's simply not delivered. Yeah, I mean, 65 million is quite... I wonder who we are replacing the players we just sold. No, because you forget that the squad was so massive that even with all these outgoings, we'll still have a 24, 25-man squad. So we don't need to replace all these players. Some will need to be replaced, but not all of them, because otherwise we're just going to end up with the same numbers. That's the whole point in selling these players, is to get the squad numbers down. Should be thinking twice. I don't know what you mean by that. That would be great. Jorginho and now Havertz, 2 inside men at Arsenal to help them lose. Yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Bremer, big up my guy. Legends, Kante will be missed, but that I don't think he's a snake. No, mate, I've only been to the Emirates once. I'll be honest, bro. I don't even know the fucking way to get there. So if I did know the way, mate, I was about, I would be more than happy to do that. Nah, Havertz has held the UCL, so I probably don't think he's that bothered about that. Excited for the incomings. Yeah, I'm excited as well. Excited. People don't know the amount of time we gave Havertz to develop. Yeah, no, it absolutely is. 65 million. Like, I can't believe we virtually got our money back, which is actually mad. It's big money, pays for Nkunku and some. Yeah, exactly. Osimhen, no real updates on him yet. I just need that dopamine with Fab or Orny drop that exclusive for Caicedo to Chelsea. Yeah, that's going to hit differently when that happens. Yeah, no, today has been mad. I mean, I don't know if we've had a day where you have 5 players confirmed to leave the club in one day. Like, I mean, I'm banging into transfers and stuff, but I don't follow other teams' business that closely. But if a team had sold 5 players in a day, you would hear about it. I think it's almost unheard of. Proper business, yeah, everything done early. Agree with that. Good business. Chelsea doing proper business, getting everything done early. I just read that, I think. Never had a string of games in his rightful position. No, I'm not having this conversation again. We can't. How are we still doing this 3 years in? A big up, Mr. Chelsea, for tuning in, but bro, I'm sorry. That is just a nonsense. We've tried him in so many different positions. It hasn't done anything in any of them. Tomorrow and Friday, 6 more out. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. We need to start making moves. No, we are making moves behind the scenes. I'm confident in that. No, I don't think there's any hold up. It's just a case of, you know, these things take time. 10th next season for you lot. Mate, if you want Mason Mount, give us our £70 million. Otherwise, serious offers only. Could Havertz leaving might make a way for Mount to stay. I don't think, and those 2 things aren't linked. Agreed. Oh, absolutely. Well, look, we're not going to know until he gets here. But Nkunku is a top player. You know, if you watched him in the Bundesliga for France as well, he's done very well. He's a different kind of player to Havertz and Werner, a bit more, slightly older and coming over from the Bundesliga, 25. He's got a great skill set, physicality. He's a good finisher, scores goals. Yeah, of course, there's no guarantees that he's going to be a success, but you'd be pretty hard off to do worse than Kai Havertz. 19 Premier League goals in 91 Premier League appearances for Chelsea, playing the majority of your minutes at number 9. That's shocking. I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't want Havertz. Yeah, I'm interested to see how he does. Yeah, I'm optimistic as well. He's never a snake. Yeah, it's just business at the end of the day. Man City signing Matto. Yeah, Kovacic's gone to City. We still in number 9. Yeah, no, we do. Now the big business starts. Who we bring in to replace these players? The midfield ones be crucial. Yeah, we have to get Caicedo. Absolutely agree. So far, the new players are Nkunku, Jackson, Caicedo. Yeah, there should be a few more. We should go for number 9. No, agreed. I think a number 9's in the thing. Loving everyone hating the Saudi deals. Yeah, well, exactly. This is the thing. Like, this is the kind of the mass level of hypocrisy here. Is that if like all other fans getting on the case about this, if it was their players being bought, they'd be saying nothing. You know, they'd be saying absolutely nothing. You know, Chelsea have kind of lucked into this situation, and you know, I know there's many conspiracy theories being peddled and whatnot, but ultimately we lucked in. Saudi are an emerging market. They're looking to invest in players, spend money to promote their league and make the league bigger. We've got 3 players that we don't want, that are Muslim players going to a Muslim country. You know, that's appealing for them in that right. And it's 3 of the most marketable Muslim players. And Saudi Arabia, you know, are going to want to sign Muslim players and whatnot. So, you know, we just happen to be lucky. And it's not like we're getting extortionate fees for these players. We're not. We're getting about £17 million for Koulibaly, £8 million for Ziyech. Mendy is going to be around 10 million, maybe a little bit more. So, like, we're making a loss on these players in terms of pure transfer fees. In terms of book value, we might make a profit on some of them, but you know, it's not like there's some dodgy fees and we're getting 50 million for Koulibaly after a year after signing him for 33 million. So yeah, look, we just hit the jackpot here that Saudi are looking to invest, and we've got 3 players that are very marketable to that part of the world. Gunners be like, we getting Prime Zidane. No, they're not getting. They're getting the fucking German Statue of Liberty. That's what they're getting. Any player who doesn't want to be here, fine by me. Absolutely agree. Havertz been awful for us, not bothered he's gone. Wouldn't be surprised though if he does well at Arsenal, but whose position at Arsenal is going to take? He's going to rotate with Odegaard. Maybe he'll rotate with Jesus as well. He's not going to. Thank you for Kovacic. No, you boys enjoy him. Do we need fullback alternatives? The ones we have are quite injury prone. No, I think we're good. James and Gusto one side. We've got Cucurella, Chile, and Hall on the other side. Martin as well. So I don't think we need any more. Now it's time to finally figure out what to do with Lukaku. Yeah, that's the big problem. That is the big problem. Who's the replacement of Kante? I guess it will be Caicedo as and when he comes in. When do you think we'll get a Jackson? Here we go. Probably this week, to be fair. I imagine in the next couple of days, hopefully. What else we got here? I can see Kovacic doing well at City. Big miss. Look, ultimately, Kovacic, 29 years of age, going on 30, 1 year left on the contract, wants a new challenge, doesn't want to be at the club. He's kind of been in decline for the last 12 months. It's good business all round as far as I'm concerned. We need to speed up Caicedo because I reckon, I think we can relax a little bit. Would you offload Cucurella? No, I wouldn't. I'd give him one more season for sure. I think Chelsea will finish above Arsenal next season. I'm not even thinking about that just yet. No, I don't think we will. Loftus-Cheek will leave. I think that's pretty certain. Chelsea fans will be so upset when he finds his form and embarrass us. So it's not embarrassing us because he's not done anything for Chelsea. So it's not an embarrassment. Poch will finally have a club that will back him and splash the cash. Yeah, absolutely. I think we should give Mount a chance. No, we're not giving him a chance. Like whatever's happened, he clearly doesn't want to stay. Caicedo, Osimhen, Diogo Costa. That wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't say no to that. There's certainly. I mean, that would be a dream, but that's not going to happen. Now we're not going to miss cover. I promise you, we won't miss cover. Kai wasn't raised at Chelsea. The stake is Mount. Bundesliga, to be honest, is a subpar league because only one team keeps winning it, or it could have been a different team, but Dortmund fucked it. I've already done the Jackson. Here we go. Next week. Man United started the Saudi Arabia football movement with Cristiano Ronaldo in the first place. Smash the likes, guys. No player agendas, just facts. I just tried to say it how it is, give my opinions. But guys, keep hitting those likes on both channels, guys. Hit those likes on both channels. Like Shano said, let's get the likes up, people. Let's get these likes up. It massively helps me out. It helps both channels out. Spreads the stream far and wide. So yeah, let's bang these likes up, guys. Here we go. Rice to Chelsea back on. Now it's nice to have some comedy in here on a Wednesday evening. Pretty sure that isn't the case. But I'll just do my due diligence and check anyway, so I just don't look stupid. No, none of that. But mate, I'd love a Declan Rice hijack. Yeah, Neville's just bitter. Like I like Gary Neville, but this nonsense he's peddling is utter bollocks from me. He should be ashamed of himself. I'll waiting for a here we go Lukaku. That you could be waiting a while for that. Havertz at Dortmund in 2 years, maybe. No player rating on Havertz like last season. No player rating for Kai Havertz next season. Cover is there to attract Vardiol, maybe. Ronaldo gone, Benzema gone, but after we sold a few players to there, now it's a problem. Yeah, no one's saying anything about Ruben Neves to fucking Al Hilal. I was trying to think of how many big moments Kai had in his 3 years. Hat-trick versus Barnsley, CL final, Club World Cup penalty. I mean, I think hat-trick versus Barnsley in the League Cup was slightly scraping the barrel there. Yeah, right. What else have we got in here? I don't mind selling Havertz, but why play hardball with Mount and not blink at this still young? No, I haven't got a problem with selling him to Arsenal. He won't join Chelsea. He wants Champions League football. Biggest load of horseshit I've heard. Need to think of the future of the club. One bad season all of a sudden defines Chelsea as a club. Yeah, it's madness. It is madness. Kovacic is a Gundogan replacement. Look, he'll be a good squad player for City, no doubt about it. And his lack of output from midfield is not going to be a problem when you've got the likes of not Gundogan, sorry, he's just left. When you've got the likes of Kevin De Bruyne putting the numbers out that he does, and you'll probably go and buy someone else as well. Reckon we could actually pull off Osimhen? We could, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Mate, Martin's not going to play for us next season. I'd be shocked if he did. Do we really not prioritise a highly experienced forward? No one said we are relying on those guys. Chelsea are back to being hated. Love it. Yeah, it feels great. We're back. Multi-clubs cannot sell or buy players between them. It's not even clear they have a share. They don't have a share in Chelsea. Clearly, the Public Investment Fund, has invested in Clearlake, who are the majority shareholders in Chelsea. But Clearlake's got billions and billions of assets. The investment has got nothing to do with Chelsea. Do you think we might have another disappointing season? No, I hope not. I hope not. No, I don't think we're not going to miss him. Love the Zola strip in the background. Oh, yeah. I think that's like 98, 99, third kit. I mean, it's a bit big for me, to be fair, but so it just hangs there. It's like an XL, but it's such a good shot. I had to get it. It doesn't really fit. It's a bit like a dress, but it does the job nicely for the backdrop. I wonder who is the most driving force for all these changes. Yeah, quite possibly. Cover is dogged, but wasn't elite. No, he wasn't elite. I don't think so. Oh, I forgot to mention Chalobah potentially going to Inter Milan as well. That's being discussed right now as well. No, I'm not sure. There's been talks of that. I think it's Diassi. Is it Axel Diassi or at what's his place at Monaco? Maybe him, but I'm not too sure. No, we don't need to worry about the Caicedo deal. What else have we got going on in the chat? Thoughts on United? It's not really hijacking because we supposedly pulled out because he's too expensive. But yeah, right, guys. I've said hello. I've got through a few things in the chat. Let's get this show on the road. About 15 minutes in, guys. But yeah, what have we got here? So this was let's go through these in order. We had this one this morning. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that first. What we are going to do first, I'll bring that back up in a sec. We're going to go through N'Golo Kante's farewell to the Chelsea fans, and it was a lovely thing he's written. We finally had that confirmation of him leaving this morning, posing with the Al-Ittihad shirt, and this was his letter that he penned on Instagram, on socials. Goodbye, Chelsea. The time has come for me to open a new chapter in my career. But before that, it is so important for me to say thank you to the great and beautiful family of Chelsea fans, players, managers, medical staff, board members, all those who have been with me during these last 7 seasons in this legendary club. Only good memories, great victories, and memorable titles won by your side. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. I will never forget you. And of course, last but not least, I thank my friends, my family, who have always been by my side in good and bad times, without forgetting my agent, Kareem, as well as my advisors, Rashid and Driss, who have given me such precious support since my beginnings and have been a major part in my success. These past times have not been easy for us and our family, but we are able to stay united to face rumours and lies. See you soon for new adventures on the pitch with Al-Ittihad and the French national team. What a guy! I absolutely love N'Golo Kante. It's hard not to be moved. Obviously, the not nice letter there, the video that Chelsea posted today on socials on the club website. And to be honest, I've spoken about N'Golo Kante before, but I'll speak about him again. What a top guy! What a player! Humble, an absolutely brilliant player. Yeah, Havertz 65 million. I'll get onto that in a sec. What a good day to offload and manage our books. Absolutely. What else have we got here? Let me just get to quick things in the chat here. Some of the nonsense spouted on Johnny Mineral's channel. Yeah, mate, I don't even want to speak about Johnny Mineral's. Just a waste of time. Utter delusional nonsense he's peddling. But yeah, good luck to him. Pre-season creeping up soon. So need the incomings. Yeah, agreed. Kovacic is Gundogan without goals. Yep. We need to let Broja go and find another man in front there. No, Broja will stay, I think. A great day in selling dead wood. Absolutely. Mabsy, big up. Caicedo number 8 at Chelsea next season as well. Maybe. Unpopular take. We should get the Valencia goalkeeper as a backup for Kepa. No, there's been talks of that. Mamavashvili, I think is his name. Yeah, maybe. Kante, legend. Merci. What a guy. Yeah, guys, if you want to try and help me get to 4K, that would be greatly appreciated. Obviously, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, people. We're going for the transfer news now, my guy. Yeah, what a good day to offload and manage our books. Absolutely. Johnny lives in the past while we moved onwards and upwards. Yep, agreed. PR agent statement. I love how Arsenal fans are overhyping Havertz, even though they know 65 minutes. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Arsenal fans are shameless. If only we can sign Harry Kane. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we had Harry Kane last season, we actually would have finished in the Champions League. I'm convinced of it. We were 30 to 40 goals short. So, yeah, one of the greats of his generation, N'Golo Kante, will be the one I miss the most. Good luck with the rest of your football career. Agreed. Kante, the GOAT. Absolute GOAT. What a guy. What a player. Giving us great memories. Won everything there is to win, apart from the League Cup. But who wants that energy drinks cup anyway? Do you know what I mean? So close to getting the full set, but I don't think he's going to be too fussed when he looks back at all his medals and thinks, fuck, the Carabao Cup's missing. What a disaster. But yeah, just an all-round top guy. What a player. There's not really more you can say. Legend gets thrown around a lot, but he well and truly is a legend. He's put in some top performances. The run to winning the Champions League, where I think he was man of the match in the quarterfinal, the semi-final, and the final, which is quite something. I don't think that's ever been done before. This was an outstanding performance. Like, you could say, I don't want to use the word generational because it's a bit over the top, but that was a performance for the ages in that final against Man City and Porto. So yeah, wish him all the best. He deserves it. Ultimately we can't compete with those finances. Injury issues that were creeping up with him a little bit. We've kind of phased him out of the team anyway, having him barely played in the last 18 months or so. So yeah, we wish him all the best. Big up to N'Golo Kante. Hopefully one day he gets to come back to Stamford Bridge and we can say goodbye to him properly, as we never got to give him the send-off that he deserves for the service that he's given. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Koulibaly was 300k a week. I haven't actually looked into the Koulibaly, but those wages are gone. He should have won Ballon d'Or. Yeah, he should have been up there. He should have been with a chance at least. Mark Goldbridge crying this morning saying we are cheats and hypocrites. Yeah, it's all hypocrites. I do like Goldbridge, but if he said that, then that's slightly hypocritical. No, maybe, I don't know. I just hope Chelsea don't think called. No, the plan is not to do that. Kante, a true blue legend, never moaned, always ran his arse off, was a talent going forward, loved him scoring against the Manx. All the best. Yeah, Kante, all the best. What a guy. Kante the great, thank you for all the memories. Agreed. Chelsea has ruined football. Cry some more, my guy. Go equals Kante. Yeah, Kante, what a guy. But yeah, Kante has officially joined Al-Ittihad. So yeah, there we go. Maybe he comes back one more. Middles FC crying over Shy Havertz. I feel sorry for your rational, sensible part of the fan base. Yeah, it is what it is. You're always going to have strange parts of the fan base, to put it lightly, agenda merchants spouting nonsense, peddling conspiracy theories and whatnot. You just got to sieve that out. I try and be as impartial and as real as possible. Just say what I think. Ultimately, football's a great. We all love football. We all love Chelsea. And yeah, we're going to agree and we're going to disagree. But I just try and say it as best as it is. I've been a Chelsea fan since 2004. London's blue. London well and truly is blue. We need to get Caicedo and Lavia in quick. Let's hope so. When bring new midfield? I hope. Let's hope not. This cheating talk baffles me. Yeah, exactly. It's mad. I love when rival fans are crying about us, for sure. Werner should have stayed over Havertz. Werner was actually all right, to be fair. I'm a big Chelsea fan. The plan is to get rid of these guys and bring some more top players in and hopefully get ourselves back in the Champions League next season. What else? Lavia can go to... No, I like Lavia. Big up, Burley, for getting the bad apples out of our beautiful club. Yeah, Burley, Kai Bergkamp. Yeah, that was a mad comparison. But yeah, let's move on then. So we had that this morning. And then we also had the news that Hakim Ziyech to Al-Nassr is pretty much done. Understand Al-Nassr have reached full verbal agreement with Hakim Ziyech to join the club. Personal terms agreed. 3-year contract. Agreement reached also with Chelsea. Waiting to prepare, then check and sign the contracts. I think Chelsea are going to get around £8 million for Hakim Ziyech, which is obviously a big loss on the 30+ million we paid for him when Frank Lampard was in charge. But ultimately, I think this represents good value. He was on €6 million a year. I think he's going to double his wages to about 12 to 13. So it's about £4 to £5 million off the wage bill, which is great. It's a player out the club that doesn't want to be here anymore. And yeah, that's kind of the reality of it. And people that are saying, oh yeah, Chelsea getting inflated transfer fees. What? £8 million for Hakim Ziyech is an inflated transfer fee. I think not. If we were getting sort of 30 or 40 million pounds for him, then there's a conversation to be had. But there absolutely isn't. 8 million quid. I think we've done pretty well to get that for him. And yeah, look, ultimately, he came in. I was excited for him to come in, but that goal against Spurs was fantastic. The one that he smashed top bins. But other than that, he didn't really do too much. When we employed a 4-2-2 system under Tuchel for a few games, and Ziyech started out wide, like sort of hugging the touchline sort of winger, then he did do pretty well. But at the same time, that's all we've really got to go on. That's all we've really got to go on for Ziyech. And I would have liked to have gone better, but ultimately, I just think he looked a bit lightweight for the Premier League, maybe a little bit lazy at times. Obviously, a very talented footballer on his day, a great delivery, brilliant crosser of the ball. But yeah, ultimately, it just didn't work out for him. And it would have been interesting to see how he would have done against PSG for PSG. Sorry, if we'd got our shit together and sent the faxes through on time. But ultimately, I don't know what I think. It's certainly an interesting one, but it's just not worked out ultimately. Another one that can put down to a lot of potential we were excited for, but it didn't work out. And to get 8 million quid back from him is fine. But the main thing is getting those wages off the books. That's more important than the transfer fees coming in. So yeah, and I mean, who would have thought as well, 2023, that we'd have Cristiano Ronaldo and Hakim Ziyech as teammates in Saudi Arabia. Football's mad, isn't it? Football is mad, but yeah, Ziyech will be teammates with Cristiano Ronaldo at Al-Nassr next season. So yeah, look, it's another one off the books. It's wages off the books, and it's someone that doesn't want to be at the club, out of the dressing room, out of the place. So yeah, it's great. Can't believe we let one of the biggest talents in the game who has played No, Adam, come on, my guy. We're not doing this again. I'm not having this conversation again. Why are people still peddling this? Like, that he was played in a completely wrong. He was played in multiple different positions, multiple systems, and multiple different managers, and he didn't deliver at all on a consistent basis. 65 million for Havertz is a great deal for Chelsea. No, other than the fact that 2 Saudi clubs are interested in him, and Callum's representatives are going to meet with Chelsea in the next couple of weeks to discuss the plan going forward. We sold to our big London rivals Arsenal with a young, hungry squad. This board, no. Good decision in the end. Hakeem doesn't want to be here. Right decision, of course. The left foot wizard, that Man City goal before UCL final and versus Spurs, agreed. No news on Aubameyang yet. He's got interest from the MLS. DC United inquired about him, I believe. Other than that, there's a couple of offers on the table from Saudi clubs. He wanted Barcelona, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, let's wait and see. Could be the next name to go to Saudi Arabia, and I can't wait for some more outcry from people losing their shit if another one goes to Saudi. When do you think Caicedo's Chelsea will be official? I don't know. This could take a while. Next couple of weeks, maybe. Bet Hakeem is gutted he missed the chance to go to PSG. Yeah, it wasn't really his fault. At the end of the day, Ziyech just didn't care when they were playing. You could see it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to go out on a lil and say Mount signs a new deal with Chelsea. I mean, I'd personally like that, but I'll be honest, bro, I can't see it. So excited for Nkunku. Yeah, agreed. A massive steal for us to get that done. Havertz is terrible. End of conversation. He's gone. Let it go. Yeah. Kai wanted out. Yeah, no, Kai did want out. Do you think Pulisic will stay? Absolutely not. Thoughts on Santos? Yeah, exciting player. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next season. He'll be assessed in pre-season by Pochettino, like Casadei, like Chukwuemeka, and then the decision will be taken as to what the best course of action is for him. Good sale for Havertz, maybe not to a competitor. No, but ultimately, money's money and we needed it. Is Newcastle and Chelsea the same company now? No, absolutely not. But yeah, Hakim Ziyech, gone, done. Al-Nassr, £8 million will get back. £4 to £5 million a year off the wage bill. Deal works well for all parties concerned. So yeah, it's great. I'm pleased to see that. That was the first one we had, and then not too long later, the next one we had was Edouard Mendy to not Al Hilal. Who was it to? It was to Al Ali. It was to Al Ali for Mendy. Here we go. So we had that one next to it. Chelsea have reached full verbal agreement with Saudi's Al Ali to sell Edouard Mendy. Mendy agreed personal terms with Al Hilal on a 3-year deal. Contracts checked, signed. Here we go. And Chelsea are going to get around £10 million, maybe a little bit more for him. Yeah, it's certainly an interesting one. Mendy, obviously, look, great that he's going to go and secure the bag, get money, get more money than he's on at Chelsea, support his family and whatnot. But what a mad story that's been for Edouard Mendy as well. Ultimately, am I sad to see him go? No, not really. But I'll obviously be grateful for everything he did. And at one point, he was voted UEFA best goalkeeper after we won the Champions League for that season. He was instrumental in the Club World Cup as well as guiding Senegal to the African Cup of Nations. But as meteoric as his rise was, his downfall has been quite something else. And his ability as a goalkeeper has just completely deserted him. And hopefully, he can go out to Saudi, maybe rediscover his love for the game a little bit, play regular football. And he's still of an age where he can come back to Europe in 3 years' time and see what happens. But yes, that definitely now means that we need to get a new goalkeeper. I don't know who that's going to be. Mamardashvili from Valencia, possibly. Onana looks like out. Manyan, I don't think that's going to happen either. Diogo Costa at Porto's now kind of the one being linked again. So yeah, it's certainly interesting, but I don't know. Let's wait and see. But obviously Mendy's off the books, wages off the books, a bit of a transfer fee coming in. Not a massive transfer fee, but do you know what? We needed to sell Mendy. I don't think there are many takers. There are a few takers in France potentially, but I think Saudi are obviously offering him a lot more money. The fees half decent, not amazing. But yeah, let's wait and see on that front. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on Edouard Mendy in the chat. Let me get to a few bits before I get to this super chat shortly. Ziyech's body language from day one was not convincing for me. He did not seem have a good run of games, not his fault, to help him adapt. Then the management changes didn't help. No, well, look, he did really well, and then his form just dipped, and ultimately that's where we're at in the situation. His form dipped, and then it hasn't quite been the same. What else have we got in the chat here? Ziyech's body language from day one was not convincing for me. Did not seem to have a good run of games to help him adapt. I don't think we can keep making these excuses. Yes, that's part of the reasons, but of course, ultimately, the player's got to stand up and deliver as well. There's no two ways about it. Havertz played same position for his country and did it well. We got 65 mil, great money back for us, and he is only remembered for... Yeah, agreed. Who would you take as new goalkeeper? I mean, I'd like Onana, but I think we've been priced out potentially. No link between Chelsea and Newcastle. Agreed on that. Mendy to move on. Right. Matthew, thank you for the super chat, bro. Appreciate it. I don't know what channel it's gone to, but I appreciate it either way. Big up, Charlie. We'll manage to get into the top four without them, despite Nkunku is a Chelsea player. We need experienced players. We will manage to get into the top four without them, despite Nkunku is a Chelsea player. We need experienced players who can win. Yeah, look, I don't know if you mean we will manage or won't manage. I think we will. We don't necessarily need these guys. There's a reason we're getting rid of these guys, because they're not for sale. Look, we do need experience, but experience is kind of twofold. Age doesn't equal experience. You can be a 21, 22-year-old, and if you started playing senior football at 17, 18, you can have over 100 games under your belt, and you can be pretty experienced. So it depends what experience we're talking about. If we're talking about experience in number of games played, are we talking about experience in the big moments, experience winning the big trophies? Those are kind of different conversations, but you can have a lot of experience at a young age as well. So, yeah, look, obviously, winners is a massive thing. We don't have an awful lot of winners anymore in the team. But, I'm confident that, we are recruiting right. We're going to do the right things. And I think we can get into the top 5 next season, because top 5 is Champions League. So, yeah, yes, I would agree that some more experience is needed, but experience doesn't always just mean age. Is what I will say. But anyway, thank you for the super chat. Big up, my guy. People say we need experience. I agree. We have Sterling. Yeah, no, we do. There is experience there. No, Hazard is not coming. We should give our American talent a second spot. Look, I think he's good, but again, I think a loan spell is probably going to be more preferable for him. I'll miss Mendy. I think he lost confidence. He was one of the best 2 seasons ago. Yeah, I don't know what's happened. If we bring in a new goalkeeper, I hope he's good with his feet. Yeah, I'm sure he will be. What's going on with Lukaku? Nothing right now. He doesn't want the Saudi move. He wants Inter Milan, but, Inter and Chelsea at the moment can't seem to reach an agreement. Why is Mount trending? I presume because of the rejected bid second bid rejected from United for him, 45 plus 5 million. That would probably be my guess as to why Mason Mount is trending without looking. Wouldn't mind Martinez from Villa. Yeah, maybe. What do you think of Malagusto? Haven't watched an awful lot of him, but I think he's a top player, really exciting young talent, and exactly what we need to complement Reece James on that right-hand side. There will definitely be a new goalkeeper, because Kepa's not the answer. There will be a new goalkeeper. Can you make Sterling leave? I unfortunately don't have that power to do so. But yeah, I mean, if he doesn't improve his performances, then yeah, quite possibly he'll be on the scrap heap and on his way out next summer. I don't know. Never mind experience, give me quality. Yeah, quality as well. Put Lukaku in the bin. I thought top 5 champ. Yeah, it's top 5 Champions League next season. What's your personal channel name, Charlie? Bro, I will put my personal channel in the link. I'll pop the link in the chat now. So this is my link to my channel. That is my channel there, guys. I just popped it in the chat. And whilst I'm at it, I will also put in the chat Chelsea Fan TV link as well, guys. So if you're not subscribed to myself, or you're not subscribed to Chelsea Fan TV, people, then make sure you do subscribe to both channels. That is a nice segue to me to say that. So the links for my personal channel and Chelsea Fan TV are both in the chat now, guys. Make sure you show some love to both channels and subscribe. Keep smashing the likes. Let's get Chelsea Fan TV up and over 100 likes. Let's get my channel to at least 50 likes minimum so far. Guys, on 33 likes on my channel, we can do better than this. Let's get this to at least 50 people. We hit over 100 likes yesterday on my channel. Well over 150 on Chelsea Fan TV. So let's get these likes up. Hover over the thumb button. Give it a little click if you're tuned in, guys. And it's free. It spreads the word. It massively helps with the algorithm, gets more people watching the stream. So yeah, please do hit the likes on both channels. It helps more than you could realize, people. What about what's your personal channel? Oh, bro, I appreciate you guys. I've popped the links in the chat, guys, so you can subscribe, which is greatly appreciated. Loftus-Cheek has not gone yet. No. Talks of AC Milan, but then the directors changed and they're not sure they want to go in that direction anymore. But it looks like they're going to be selling Sandro Tonali to Newcastle for about 70 million euros. So maybe that increases their need for a midfielder. Loftus-Cheek could then come back in. He could be on. Agreed, Sterling was awful last season. We rejected a second for Mount. Yeah, we did. What have we got here? Put Lukaku in the stands for remaining contracts. No, not playing. Yeah, exactly. He can buy himself out, I'm sure. If Pochettino don't get Chelsea European football next season, do we sack him? No, we don't. This is what we need to move away from, is that, if in a worst case scenario, if we don't get Champions League again next season, like, we can't just be sacking managers. We're not going to get anywhere. Yes, it would be disappointing, but ultimately, we have to make sure that we are looking towards building something. There's no point getting rid of all these players, bringing these players in, new manager in, and then after one season, if things don't go exactly how we want, we're then just binning them off. Pochettino for me has to stay, regardless of whether we hit Champions League or not. So that's for me. Appreciate that, my guy. Appreciated. Up the Chelsea for sure. No problem. Any chance of Mount staying? There's always a chance, but right now it's looking very, very slim. Very, very slim. No, King, appreciate you, my guy. Sterling needs to be better next season. Agreed. Mason Mount is the better player and cheaper than Kai Havertz. Are we talking about? That Mount's trending is rejected. Yeah, okay, cool. Thoughts on Pulisic? No, get rid. Yes, he's just not done good enough. Simple as that. Italian clubs want everyone. This is the thing. Top 400% Poch will get the boys playing good football and we'll hit the ground running with him. Let's hope so. Sterling was indeed awful, but our top scorer, yeah, he was joint top scorer. It wasn't great, though. We should push for Onana. I think Chelsea want Onana, but I don't really know. I don't know what the plan is necessarily with him. That's the only thing. I don't know what the plan is. If J5 is released by Arsenal, no, because we need to move on from that. We're done with Jorginho now. What's happening with Pulisic? Interest from Serie A, but at the moment, not too much happening. Hope we don't fight for relegation. We need to improve. No, we're not going to be fighting for relegation, people. We're not going to be fighting for relegation. But yeah, Edouard Mendy to Al-Ali, done. Chelsea going to get around £10 million for him. But yeah, another outgoing. That was the second one of the day. And then there was more. We're the third one of the day. And it was for Kalidou Koulibaly to Al Hilal. Al Hilal closing on a Koulibaly deal. Verbal agreement reached with Chelsea. Personal terms also agreed on a 3-year contract. So he's going to join Ruben Neves there. Chelsea going to get around 17 to 18 million pounds for Koulibaly, which is obviously a loss on the 33 million that we paid for him. But, at the end of the day, it's more about getting his wages off the books. High earner at Chelsea is Koulibaly. And look, we were obviously all very excited for him. He was one of those players that every season for years would be linked with a move away from Napoli. It never happens. And then the one season he does leave, they then go and win the league the following season. And he's ended up playing his football in Saudi Arabia. So, it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure why it didn't really work out for Koulibaly. It's a shame. I think he's been a top defender. He still only is 31. So, there is obviously room for improvement there. I think he could have done well at Chelsea, but ultimately the younger players we've got in terms of, your Fofanas, your Badia Chiles, your Chalobahs, your Colwells and whatnot to go alongside Thiago Silva, I don't really see where Koulibaly was going to play this season. He's someone that will want to play regularly, would have been signed to Chelsea on the premise that he was going to play on a regular basis, and he simply hasn't played on a regular basis, really. He's had some good games. He's had some pretty poor games. Always looks like it's got a mistake in him. And ultimately, he would have been one of the ones that would have been looking at it and thinking, with 6 centre-backs and we're likely to adopt a back 4, where am I going to play? And ultimately, that is the big question, because he wasn't really going to play. I think also part of the reasoning for Chelsea maybe getting rid of him as well is that it shows to Cole that they are serious about keeping him and maybe showing him a pathway. With Koulibaly going, it means it's much easier for Chelsea to show a better pathway to first team minutes for Colwell. I agree with people in the chat that we did get Koulibaly at the wrong time. I mean, you say the wrong time, he's still 31. I thought it would be good, but in an ideal situation, it would have been nice to have him at a few years before. But ultimately, it's one of those deals that we're really excited about. And it hasn't worked out. A few years earlier would have been great, but I don't take any sort of I'm happy to be wrong on this. Ultimately, I think even if he had stayed, it would have been he would have done all right next season. But ultimately, not with us unlikely to play a back three. It's just the way it goes, unfortunately. And Koulibaly. What I would say about Koulibaly as well, just separately from off the pitch, I'm lucky to go to a lot of games. I have met a few of the players and stuff outside the hotel after games and whatnot. Koulibaly, without fail, is one of the only few that stopped and would take pictures and sign things with every single person before going into the hotel, before going home after a game. So it just goes to show sort of the level of person that he is. Now, you've got to admire that, because not everyone does that. So fair play to him for that. It's a shame it's not worked out on the pitch, but ultimately, it's just one of those. It was probably a mistake in hindsight last summer. We're kind of rushing into things, trying to get deals done quickly, and ultimately it's not really worked out. But I wish him all the best. It's big wages off the books. It's some of our money back, not a lot of it, just over half, but it's better than none. And I think it probably suits all parties. I think it suits all parties all round. So yeah, I don't think there'll be a replacement for Koulibaly in the squad either, because we don't need 6 centre backs in a back four. So yeah. Let's wait and see what happens on that one. But Koulibaly to Al Hilal is done. Not bothered about Koulibaly either. We paid far too much for him, really. I think he's decent, but nothing more. Fair enough. What have we got here? Koulibaly at the wrong time. Those moaning about ourselves to Saudi not being market value. Would you have ever thought 2 months ago that Havertz? Exactly. We're not. That people are saying that we're like acting like we're getting above market value fees. We're not. We're not getting above market value fees from Saudi. The only above market value fee that Saudi have paid is that 47 million for Ruben Neves. If anything, 65 million pounds is above market rate for Kai Havertz, but no one really seems to be saying too much about that. Chelsea have a history of destroying talents and careers. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say destroying careers, but we have got a history of players coming in and it's not working out. Maybe I think it'll be Thiago Silva still. And if you get Rice, your midfield will be Müller-Rice. What we got here? Not bothered about Koulibaly either. We paid far too much for him. Oh, I've just done that. Let's make this Chelsea team around Enzo. Agreed. There are too many players who flopped at Chelsea and become world class in other clubs. Yeah, that does happen. And part of the reason is going to be down to the club for sure, and maybe not a conducive environment to flourish in. Multiple switching of managers and whatnot obviously doesn't help. But as well, the players still have to step up and deliver. And ultimately, not on a regular enough basis has the likes of Kai Havertz stepped up. I've heard a lot of people are happy about Mount potentially in, but I think he's classy. He's had one bad season. I absolutely agree, Cameron. I would like Mason Mount to stay. I know it's a divisive topic, but I would like him to stay. I think he's still got a lot to offer. Best years of his career ahead of him, could be useful in the squad for us. I think he developed well under Pochettino, but ultimately, there's obviously seems to be a lot of water under the bridge in terms of contract negotiations and whatnot. People going back on their word. It looks like he doesn't really want to be here, and it seems beyond repair, which is a real shame. Many flops, but those Chelsea players didn't fit the Chelsea system or the manager, quite possibly. Who are we thinking as our permanent striker next season? Could be Jackson, but maybe Lautaro Martinez. I'm not sure. Because your fans think you scammed us first. Watch if Havertz become top baller. No, we're not going to cry because it didn't work out at Chelsea. Cesare Castello should be given a chance. He will be in pre-season. He'll be looked at, and then we'll assess from there. What else have we got? Koulibaly. First goal. His goal against Spurs, that volley was absolutely superb. And, it could have been so different for Koulibaly because we had all the video of him ringing up JT asking for the if he could have the number 26 shirt. And obviously it didn't quite work out the way he wanted it to. It is a shame. I think I like Mount too, but you can't keep a player. No, absolutely. I fully agree on that. Colwell should get a chance. No, Colwell will get a chance. I'm just not sure. William and David Luiz was finished, as was Petr Cech. Do you reckon Pochettino made? No, I don't think that at all, because the plan is to play Nkunku as the main number 10. So I don't think we made a mistake there whatsoever. So no. What else have we got going on here? What if Havertz and Mount become world-class players? Well, so be it then. So be it. That's kind of just the way it goes. South, big up, my guy. Hope you're well. Remember to subscribe and smash the likes. Yeah, guys, subscribe, smash the likes. You know what to do. People, let's get my channel to 50 likes, guys. 10 more likes to go. Let's get this to 50 and beyond. Just hover that little over the thumb. Give it a little click. Get the likes up to 50 on my channel. Keep getting the likes up on Chelsea Fan TV as well. It massively helps out both streams, guys. It helps in the YouTube algorithm in terms of spreading the stream out to more people. So please do make sure you do that, guys. Get the likes up to 50 on my channel. Subscribe if you haven't on both channels as well. And let's keep going with the show, people. Look at Mason Mount's stats against the top 6. Yeah, but, I mean, it's not just about the top 6. People moan that, oh, we only scored against relegation sides. Well, we could have done with that fucking last season. Where was everyone else scoring against relegation sides? Felix banned a few goals against shit teams. Everyone's praising him. Mount does it, and it's used as a criticism. It's just double standards. Havertz Mount's managed by Lampard 2 times. Felix should come back. Felix won't come back. If you think you want Nkunku false 9, Nkunku's not going to play false 9. Havertz will do nothing at Arsenal. I think they forgot about Willian. I don't know what Havertz will do. Havertz is coming to London's biggest club. Bro, you're not London's biggest club. Where's your Champions League? Nowhere. Come chat to us when you've got a Champions League and you've won the league more recently than over 20 years ago. 53 games against top 6, 2 goals, 6 assists. Michael, Chelsea FC, when we got Willian, the guy's finished. Old. You reckon Gallagher will stay? Possibly. It depends what offer's coming from. I know Borussia Dortmund are potentially sniffing about for him. But yeah, as of yet, not really too much concrete interest in Conor Gallagher. Yes, West Ham and Newcastle are maybe interested. News of Pulisic's interest from Serie A, but nothing really more concrete than that. Lewis Hall in the first team squad. I would think so. Maybe a loan. Just updated on Conor Gallagher. Yeah, Emil's more like spliff row or death row. He's been, yeah, I don't know what the plan is with this. But yeah, Koulibaly ultimately is moving on to Al-Hilal in Saudi Arabia. A bit of a shame, but it is what it is at this point. You know, it didn't really work out at Chelsea. We need his wages off the books. We've got too many centre-backs. And I'm surprised that we've been able to shift him. We've managed to do that because I thought that would have been pretty tough. And no, I think we just lucked in big time. We've hit the jackpot with Saudi looking to invest in their league, invest in Muslim players as well. And we happen to have a lot of players for sale. 3 very marketable Muslim players, probably 3 of the best Muslim players in the world. And we've just hit the jackpot very luckily. So yeah, all those haters can cry some more. Sorry that your club's Deadwood isn't good enough for Saudi and ours is. So yeah, is what it is. But Koulibaly ultimately moves on to Al-Hilal as well. But we weren't done there, people. We weren't done there. We then next had Mendy Kovacic going to Manchester City, confirmed. And, you know, I think that's a pretty good deal. You know, £30 million fee, £25 million guaranteed with $5 million in add-ons, depending on what trophies City win. They will win trophies during his stay there. So pretty much a guaranteed £30 million of Kovacic, which I think is actually, on reflection, I think it's a really good deal. 1 year left on the contract, 29 years of age. He'll do well at Manchester City. Of course he will. No two ways about it. But, you know, I don't know what I think. It's ultimately, I think it's the end of the road for Kovacic at Chelsea. The last 12 months, he's not really been in it. His head's not been in it. He wants a new challenge, doesn't want to sign a new contract. And to get 30 million quid for him is I think is a great deal for all parties involved. Yes, he's going to Man City, but ultimately he's going to be a squad player there. Yes, he'll get ample minutes because of the amount of competitions they're in and the amount of games that they play. But in terms of his output, 6 goals and 15 assists in over 200 odd games for Chelsea. That's not difficult to replace. That's not going to be missed. Yes, there's more to the game than goals and assists. Of course, you know, is a progressive midfielder, very good at his certain skill set, but also quite limited in other factors. Doesn't really grab the game at the scruff of the neck. Doesn't tend to dominate the midfield. So, you know, whilst I'm thankful for his service and what he's done for us, ultimately, you know, I think it was time to move on, and we can certainly do better. In my opinion, we can certainly do better. And I think, obviously, with Gundogan going to City tonight. With Gundogan going to Barcelona confirmed tonight, it's far easier, you know, with Kovacic coming to obviously replace him. So yeah, let's see how he does at City. But look, I think it's a great deal for all involved. You know, we've finally moved on from that 2018 midfield, Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic, and we've now literally have got a brand new, fresh midfield to start next season. We've needed this for a number of years now. You know, and also, to be fair, there's only 3 players left in the team now from the side that won the Champions League in 2021. Reece James, Mount, and who's the other one that's left in that won the Champions League? From the starting lineup, there's only 3 left. Oh, yeah, Chilwell. James, Mount and Chilwell are the only 3 left from the team that started in Porto in that Champions League. That's kind of mad. In 2 years, pretty much that whole Champions League winning side has been moved on. But yeah, let's get to a few things in the chat. I don't mind Saudi transfers, apart from Neves shouldn't be going. No, 26 Neves shouldn't be going to Saudi. I agree on that. Do not question why all these players don't want to sign. No, because ultimately, you know, new challenges, etc. I'm not. No, I don't question that at all. You know, he doesn't want to be here, so that's the most important thing. That is the most important thing. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens on that one. Ilkay replacement. Well, I don't know if a replacement, but certainly 1 in, 1 out in terms of the midfield and the squad. Big up, my guy. Like, share, subscribe, lads. Support your quality channels. You continue to get brilliant content on a consistent basis. Now, I appreciate the support, guys. You know where the links are to subscribe. Make sure you do subscribe to both channels, as I've banged on about multiple times today. Don't want to bore you to death anymore, people. Mbappe to Chelsea. No, not going to happen. Kante, Cover and Jorginho all gone in the last 6 months. Only Enzo in midfield. Yeah, for sure it will be. Working very hard on Caicedo. Working very hard. Nick, big up, my guy. Yeah, a massive, massive day. What a day, people. We need to get rid of Chilwell and Cucurella. Absolutely not, bro. I don't know what you're on. I don't know if you're under the influence or something. But yeah, that is mad. That certainly won't be happening. No way. Kovacic, she did well. Right decision again. We get a midfielder who can score goals now. Yep, agreed. Thiago Silva. Poch is a blank canvas. Let's see how good he is. Yeah, time for him to paint the picture now. Thiago Silva. I'm not sure what we're going on about here. Thoughts on Kepa potentially being number 1 next season? Not a disaster in my book. If we can address the midfield and the centre forward position, the goalkeeper is the bottom of the priorities out of those 3. But let's kind of wait and see what happens on that front. Ultimately, you know, I'd rather us keep Kepa in goal for another year than just needlessly sign a goalkeeper for the sake of it and not be able to get who we want. I'd rather save that money and reinvest in the midfield and the striking options, and then look at the goalkeeping market in another year's time. So I don't think it's a disaster. James, Silva, Chilwell, Mount. Oh yeah, Silva, of course. Yeah, of course. There's 4 left. Sorry. Now to get rid of the biggest. Yeah, we need to get rid of the Lukaku. Rice to Man City, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Batshuayi is better than Havertz. Don't know about that. No, I'm not having that. How do we manage to sign Cucurella? No, I don't think it is bad business. I think we're very quick to write players off after just 1 season. I think Cucurella, 1 more season. Let's see how he does under Poch, see how he develops. But I think he could be pretty good for us. I'm fully behind that. I think he could be decent. Agreed that Chilwell's not going anywhere. But yeah, Mateo Kovacic will join for £30 million, which I think is ultimately a fantastic deal. Really is great business to get £30 million for a 29-year-old going on 30. 1 year left on a contract, doesn't want to be here. Questionable fitness record as well. And, Kova gets to go and play at the best team in the world as well. So, yeah, I think it works out well for all parties concerned. But that is another one. That was the 4th one of the day. This was all before 11 o'clock UK time. I couldn't believe it when I was at work. And it was bang, bang, bang. Group chats popping off, Twitter popping off, phone going mad. That was 4 before 11 o'clock, which was an utter madness. And I've got fucking hiccups now as well. Yeah, Kovacic to City done. I don't think it's a big deal. Not too promised about it. Where's the objectiveness, bro? Look, for me, Chilwell. I rate Chilwell massively, and I've got no problem with people thinking he's not good enough. If that's their genuine opinion, not an issue. But the idea that Chilwell is not good enough for Chelsea or should be sold, I think is an utter nonsense. And I think he offers a lot to the team, particularly going forward as well. He's a real threat. And when him and Reece are fit and both bombing up the left and right hand side, I think Pochettino could do something similar to what he had going with Kyle Walker and Danny Rose in that sort of thing. I'm all for this agreement, but I just think that I just disagree with that opinion. Realistically, does Lukaku get sold this season? I think the sale is going to be hard. A loan deal with an obligation to buy, I think, is probably going to be the most likely outcome in my opinion. I think a massive player comes to Chelsea soon. Yeah, hopefully Caicedo. If you get 60 plus million for Mount, yeah, agreed on that. Just need Aspie, Gallagher, Mount, Pulisic, and Ober out now. Yeah, Panda, the word is objectivity. Why do we never sign rival players nowadays? I don't know. I just don't think the situation's presented itself. Big offer for Kane needed. Yeah, we could maybe try. No, we won't be doing that because Tammy's out with an ACL for at least a year, so that won't be happening. Chilwell's on an extension. No, he won't be leaving. 55 years a Chelsea fan. Yeah, that's massive. Big up. Big up for that support to the Blues for that amount of time. It's a lot longer than me. I'm massively looking forward to next season. I can't wait to be back in Stamford Bridge, first game of the season against Liverpool. Pochettino era beginning, back on the road, weekends back, something to look forward to again. Absolutely huge. I can't wait. I agree on that. We just signed Sterling last season. Yeah, one player we need to buy with a realistic price tag, Caicedo. Moises Caicedo, simple as that. But yeah, guys, the midfield clear out is gathering more speed though. Mateo Kovacic gone. So yeah, that's another one. But that was the fourth one. It'd been coming for a while. We were just waiting for it. Personal terms had been agreed for a while now. So, you know, there was no great surprise that he obviously did, that we got this confirmation today. We knew he'd be leaving at some point. So yeah, Mateo Kovacic gone after, I think, 3 or 4 years at the club, which is great. Not great, but you know, we virtually we lose maybe 10 million on him. I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's too bad at all. I really don't. So yeah, let's kind of wait and see what happens on that front. How Kova does at City, how often he's going to play, how he's going to complement the other players. Let's have a look here. We need to sign Victor Osimhen. That would be nice, but let's see what happens. Caicedo versus McAllister next season. True. Any positivity towards Koulibaly, as it's looking more likely he's off to alcohol, or he's off to Al Hilal. I've bigged up Koulibaly. Great guy, good player, just hasn't really worked out. And you know, it's big wages of the books. I think it's win-win for all parties concerned. This is really tough. This is a tough one. For me, and I know people might try and throw the English bias card at me. It's nothing to do with that. I'm a Declan Rice guy. I love him. I think he's a phenomenal player, great box-to-box player, and also got great leadership qualities as well. Is a winner, knows what it takes to win things. So yeah, I'd be a Declan Rice guy, but ultimately, seriously, I'd be more than happy with either one. But if I could choose, it would be Rice. Harry Kane will never sign for Chelsea. No, he won't sign for Chelsea. Gusto looks like a baller. Yeah, I hope so. Looking forward to seeing what he's done. No, I think it's too soon to do that, in my opinion. Understand what you're saying, Joey, that we should address other aspects of the team, but to go with Kepa for the whole season could spell disaster. No, look, we're still going to get another goalkeeper in. It just might not be a number one. It was the point that I'm making. I like Romeo Lavia. Saw him at Stamford Bridge this season where he absolutely dominated the midfield. A top young player, looks really exciting. Great relationship with Joe Shields, who's now at the club. He took him to Southampton, was with him at Manchester City as well. This would be a good deal for us to try and get done alongside Moises Caicedo. So let's wait and see what happens on that one. I hope so. There's no guarantees in football, but Nkunku looks a complete package, and I can't wait to see what he does. No, better than he's just here for vibes. He's just here for the vibes. Kova was a good signing and now a reasonable sell. Agreed on that front. We could have sell other players, but not Kovacic. No, we needed to sell Kovacic. It was time to move on. He didn't want to be here, so it was either sell him or make a loss. So we don't want to be making a loss, people. We don't want to be making a loss. Any hope on Tchouaméni? Absolutely no chance. Rice, not realistic. Never say never. We could get a Madrid hijack. Never say never. Daniel Levy will never be able to set foot at the stadium if Harry Kane signed for Chelsea. Maybe not. I mean, I don't think he can really set foot in the stadium now. Expat in Northern Carolina, 21 years, 53 years. Chopper Harris, big up, my guy. And respect for your service as well in the forces. Yeah, got to keep the blue flag flying high from stateside. It's been bad times. I've got massive respect for overseas fans as well, staying up or getting up early doors at some godforsaken hours to watch us, particularly last season, fucking get battered and disgrace ourselves most weeks. So yeah, big up all the overseas Chelsea fans. Big up. If Rice wants to come, would that influence Mount to stay? No idea. Could play a part possibly. I guess Chelsea will finish 5th this year. I'd take that. I really would take that. What formation should we use? We're going to use a 4-2-3-1, I think, next season. Gabriel Stone should be given a chance. I think it's too soon. A bit ridiculous that McAllister goes to Liverpool for a small price. Yeah, that's because Chelsea for life. That's because McAllister had a release clause, which is why he was able to go for that fee. So yeah, that's why we're not being had off or anything. What time are our pre-season games? I don't know, to be honest, mate. I guess with it being American time difference, they'll probably either be late at night or early in the morning. I'm not sure with the exact timings. Top 6 5 goals. Yeah, I like Ivan Toney. Let's wait and see what happens. I'd probably say loan, but don't rule out one of them being part of the squad depending on incomings. Lukaku needs to be forced out. Who's gone up to now? So we have lost Kante, Kovacic, Havertz, Ziyech, and Mendy. Those are the 5 out the door. Newcastle and Brighton have become a threat. Include them in the big 6, and you're looking at 8 teams. Yeah, no, for sure. You know, Newcastle and Brighton aren't here to fuck about. Brentford, yeah. Are there more centre forwards linked with Chelsea? Yes, Dusan Vlahovic, Osimhen, and Lautaro Martinez are the 3 kind of main names. I don't know what's going to happen with any of those. Let's wait and see. Do you see Santos Castillejo being? Yeah, I think one of those will definitely be a player role in the squad. I think 2 will go out on loan, but they'll be assistant in pre-season. Chelsea might sign Rice, could do. Chelsea want what of our loan players who are returning? I'm not sure. Yes, big up from LA. I've been to LA once a few years ago. Great place. Really enjoyed it. Do you think Sterling will be more influential next season? Hope so, because he fucking wasn't influential this season at all. So it'll be hard to be less influential. Let's hope he can be more influential. I don't know if there's any guarantees on that. 2 a.m. the Wrexham time. I don't know, bro. You'd have to look on the Chelsea website. I like Lautaro Martinez. I think he's a good player. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. Can he adapt to the Premier League? Can he successfully play up front on his own, having played a lot in a tour into with Lukaku and then Dzeko? I like him. Ultimately, you know, if Pochettino wants him and he's set on getting him and he thinks he's the right guy for his system and he can make him work, then that's ultimately what we need to do. That is what we need to do. But let's see. I don't really know what's going to happen. But yeah, look, let's see what happens really on that front. I'd like him. Will he work out? Hard to tell. Are we going to be playing in a new version? No, it's next season. So the Club World Cup's revamped, I think, from next season. So we'll be playing in it next season, I believe. Poch will take Chelsea to top 4. I hope so. Yeah, Tony's banned until January. Chalobah is another suspect that should be on the get-rid bag, and I don't agree with that. What's your preferred centre-back partnership next season? I'd probably say Silva and Fofana would be my choice, although it's pretty tough on Badiashile, but I'd go Silva and Fofana. Big up to you as well. Out here in the Caribbean. Wow, big up. I'd love to visit the Caribbean. But yeah, 24 years a Chelsea fan. Mad. Yeah, we've got some big followers of the club in the chat tonight. Big up, everyone. The chill or hate as well. We're much better side when it's fit and playing. Agreed. Yeah, true. What else have we got here? I think Poch is the right guy, but I don't like our owner. I think I like Bowley. I think he's good. Most impressive and disappointing signing from last season. Most impressive, probably say Wesley Fofana. Most disappointing, Raheem Sterling or Cucurella, I'd say. Kim Min-jae is going to go to Bayern. Yeah, Kim Min-jae will be a Bayern Munich player, I believe, pretty soon. But yeah, that was the next one. Kovacic was done. And then we had the news of, and it's quite a lot to go through still, people. So apologies if this is going on a little bit. Kai Havertz to Arsenal, £65 million. That is absolutely mad. I still can't believe that. I still can't believe that. Kind of mad that we're virtually getting our money back for Kai Havertz when he's had 3 shocking seasons at the club. But yeah, it's going to be £60 million guaranteed fee, $5 million in add-ons. I'm not sure what those add-ons are going to be because they can't be trophy related. Otherwise, we're not going to get them. So I'd like to think maybe they're goal related. I don't know how attainable these add-ons are. But $5 million in add-ons, but $60 million guaranteed fee. That's class. Really great business for a player that it just simply hasn't done the business at the club. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's going to work out for Kai at Arsenal because I don't really see where he plays. Yes, they're going to want a bit more strength in depth, quality in depth as well. Given the fact they're going to be playing in the Champions League and whatnot. But I guess he's not going to start ahead of Odegaard. He's going to rotate with Odegaard in that 10 position, maybe rotate with Gabriel Jesus in that 9 role, and could be another option if needed on the left or right hand side. But I'm really intrigued to see what Arteta sees in what Arteta sees in Kai Havertz and what kind of and what the plan is. I don't know what he's seen, because obviously hasn't been watching him for Chelsea, because he's done nothing at Chelsea. I'm not sure what Arteta sees in Havertz that he thinks he can get out of him and make him play different. Maybe Arsenal's style of play might suit Havertz slightly more. I'm not sure, but ultimately, this is the best news possible for Chelsea in terms of a great fee for a player that's had 3 shocking years at the club, 19 goals in 91 appearances. I think Tammy Abraham had 21 in 58. It's kind of mad. I look, Havertz obviously a talented boy, but and he's got ability. But at the same time, I just look at it and I think, fuck me, what has Arteta seen to want to spend £65 million on him? I'm just not sure. But ultimately, if Havertz goes to Arsenal and does well, great for him, great for Arsenal. They get a player that does well for them. We get decent money, but we can't be worried about him doing well at Arsenal, because the most important thing is, was he doing well at Chelsea? No, he wasn't. So where he goes is kind of almost irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. The main thing for me is he wasn't doing the business at Chelsea. We need to move him on. Simple as that. Simple as that. In my book. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand why people are concerned about selling him to Arsenal. So what if he goes and does well there? We aren't in a position to be picking and choosing where he goes, and he's not done the business for Chelsea. So why should we be worried about him doing the business at Arsenal? Because he hasn't shown anything to say that he's going to do anything at Arsenal. This is not a small sample. This is not like a De Bruyne. This is not like a Salah situation. This is 3 years of consistently terrible performances. So yeah, I've got no issue. I just can't believe that we've got £65 million for him. That really is mad. £65 million is quite something. It is quite something. I mean, I honestly can't believe it. Roughly 1 in 7. Yeah, it's not great. 31 games and 4 goals. Was that this season in the Premier League? Fucking hell, 4 Premier League goals. That is so poor. By the way, people, keep smashing the likes. Let's get these likes up. My channel's now on 50 likes. Let's try and get it to 60, 70 likes if we can before I round the stream out. Just a few more bits to go through, people. But make sure you hit the likes on both channels. Let's run these likes up, people. Keep doing it. Make sure you subscribe to both channels as well. I will pop the link to both channels in the chat once more now. So please go and show some love to Chelsea Fan TV. Go and show some love to my channel as well, guys. But yeah, Kai Havertz ultimately, I mean, as I said, what a deal. I wish the guy all the best. I'm not one of those players that celebrates people leaving. I can't say that I'm not pleased that he's left. I am, because watching him has been so frustrating. Links for both channels are now in the chat, guys. Make sure you show some love and subscribe to both channels. Can't believe we've scammed Arsenal for that amount. Arsenal taking our deadwood as usual. Yep, it's great. Only scores for Germany and when he's offside. He'll do well at Arsenal, not even bothered anyway. He won't do well. No, I'm not bothered either. Will Chalobah make that move? I'm just going to get on to Chalobah shortly. Who do you think we'll get this summer? I'd like to think I'm going to go out on a whim and say Caicedo and Lavia will get this summer, and maybe another striker. I honestly think Kai will ball out Arsenal. You can see Arteta unlocking him, especially if he plays him as attacking midfielder. But yes, but those 3 years of his history, winning goal in the Champions League final. Yeah, of course, we'll be grateful for that, but anything else has not really happened. Gallagher, another leech, must cash in on him. Yeah, let's see what we get for him. Kai Havertz is the closest Arsenal get to the Champions League. Yeah, maybe he's going to bring in his fucking Champions League winning medal to the training ground and let all the Arsenal players touch it, because that's the closest they're going to get to it. Can you see Pochettino getting the best out of Mudryk next season? I hope so, mate. I hope so. I really do hope so. But let's see what happens on that front. But I do hope so. Havertz will end up like Jorginho. What, sabotaging Arsenal's chances of winning? I'd be fully here for that. I would be fully here for that. No two ways about it. Havertz, if a couple split up and they both go on to have relationships, that's life, as Potter would say. Does mean anyone's to blame? Just didn't work. Absolutely, my guy. I agree on that. You think Slovenia might get a chance next season? I would say probably not, just because I think, the fact that we're looking to buy another goalkeeper would suggest that the plan is to send Slovenia on loan to get some more experience. But long term, I think he could absolutely be number one. What have we got here? Good evening. I'm from West Africa, Ghana. Big up from Ghana. I have Division 2 club and I have good players, very skillful players. You trying to sell Chelsea some players, pitch us some players. Played him as attacking mid versus West Ham and Arsenal behind Oba, and he was atrocious. Agreed on that. I was at both those games and he was dog shit. 91 games for Chelsea, 19 goals. Not good enough. Double agent Havertz to ruin Arsenal from the inside. Yeah, the difference with us is we send our players to retire at Arsenal and sabotage them. We sign Arsenal players and they win trophies. That's the difference. That's why London will also always be blue. Madrid will go on loan if he can't improve next season. I don't think so. I disagree with that. Chelsea will be back next season. We are building a new young team with Poch will be dangerous. I agree on that. Keep the blue flag flying high. Yes, big up blue leader. Mudrik's dribbling stats are terrible. He near enough failed with every dribble attempt. Mudrik's young. He's raw. There's talent there. There's ability there. Let's wait and see what happens with him. This next season's a massive season for him, but he's got the work rate. He's got the work ethic. He's got the ability. He's got the skills to be a top player. He just needs to be nurtured. Needs a consistent run of games, and he just needs to believe in himself, and he needs the manager to believe in him as well. What number do you reckon Nkunku will take? Hopefully number 10 once Pulisic fucks off, or he does like number 18. Although I don't who's number 18 at Chelsea at the moment. I don't know. Oh, that's Broja. I don't think he'll get Broja's number. So I'd like to think number 10 once Pulisic fucks off. Good evening to you. Good work to you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Costa Comedies. What about Diego Costa? I mean, you mean Diogo Costa as number one goal? Yeah, I would take that again. It's a £65 million fee to Porto, though. That's the release clause. Can that be negotiated down? I'm not sure. Let's wait and see what happens. But yeah, I would happily take him for sure. But I don't know what the situation is going to be. It's going to be with him. Mate, I'll tell you what. There's some mad news coming out of Spain as well. By the way, according to Marca, a prominent Spanish publication. Reportedly, and I can't see anywhere else reporting it at this point in time, but supposedly Bernardo Silva is on the verge of going to Saudi Arabia, which would be utter madness. I'd find that absolutely shocking if that was the case. Surely not. Surely that won't be the case. I mean, who knows? But I mean, no way. I mean, that's only Marca. According to them, which is a reputable Spanish outlet, but I'd be shocked if Bernardo Silva went to the Saudi League. I really would be. That would be a madness. Surely there's no way he does that. Still can't wait to go Luton away. Agreed. Who should be captain next season? Silva. He will perform early in the season, but will flop after some months, maybe. I hope Nkunku gets more goals than Havertz. Shouldn't be hard to get more goals. Nkunku's number 12 for country. Maybe he takes the 12 at Chelsea. Who knows? Give Arsenal Romelu Lukaku. Yeah, I don't know if he'd go there. Mudryk is going to be a sponge to pot. He's going to cook. I hope so, mate. I've invested fully in my Mudryk stocks. No, absolutely not. I think he's a goalkeeper on the decline. And could probably get number 11, possibly. Gundogan's done. Yep. De Gea is released, isn't he? No, he's not. His contract expires at the end of this month. So if he doesn't sign a new contract, then naturally he will be on the release list, of course, because he'll be out of contract. If Cho goes Saudi, he'll be the definition of fell off. Agreed. Mudryk and Nkunku will be causing mayhem on the wings, but we need a deadly striker who can score goals. Good luck to Havertz. He'll flop at Arsenal, but thanks for the 65 mil. Agreed on that. But yeah, Kai Havertz to Arsenal, done. £65 million, 60 million guaranteed. A bang average player at Chelsea, off the books, wages off the books. And it's a great deal for all parties, all round. No two ways about it. You thank Kai for what he's done for the club. And ultimately, we'll be grateful for that Champions League winning final goal. But other than that, time to move on. Works well for all parties. And we've got a great chunk of money back as well, which goes a long way to paying for Caicedo and goes a long way to sorting us out with FFP. But Kai Havertz will be an Arsenal player, which is kind of a mad thing to say. Let me get to a few more things in the chat before I go on to my last thing that I'm going to talk about. Mudryk will look good in the number 7 shirt. Yeah, he would do. Maybe Mudryk switches numbers. Who knows? Got any news about Pulisic? No, other than the fact there's just interest from Serie A. Nothing concrete, no concrete proposals at this point in time for him. So, yeah, that's the latest. Chances of RLC to Milan, again, not sure yet. But again, with Tonali looking like he's going to go to Newcastle, maybe Ruben to Milan could potentially be back on. I'm not sure. Kai can show the Arsenal players a Champions League. Yeah, of course. What do you think about Onana from Everton? Wouldn't be a disaster. I think he's a good player. Obviously, not as a first choice, but as kind of a second choice for sure. I wouldn't be against it. I'd be on board with it. But I would prefer Lavia. Ain't no shock to me if Bernardo Silva goes to Saudi League. Money talk. Said the top big name player in their prime will end up going there. I hope not. I really hope not. Heard the total fees Arsenal will pay is more than 80 million. No, it's not. It's 65 million, 60 million guaranteed with 5 million add-ons. Who do you actually think is the most likely striker to sign for us? Maybe Lautaro Martinez or Dusan Vlahovic, one of those two. Yeah, Ampatu's been out on multiple loans. Time for him to go. He's not going to break into the first team. Top 5 is my prediction. London's blue and always will be. Fully agreed on that. Right, guys, last thing I'm going to talk about today We've had a lot to talk about today. I just wanted to quickly talk about Trevor Chalobah. Where is that? This one here. Exclusive from Football London and Bobby Vincent. Trevor Chalobah is in talks with Inter Milan over a loan deal with an obligation to buy. Chelsea want a buyback clause, which is proving to be the stumbling block at the moment. I don't really know why we are looking at putting a buyback clause in. Like, we either want to sell him or we don't. It's clear that by putting a buyback clause in, we're concerned that we might regret selling him. You either sell Chalobah straight, or the loan with the obligation to buy for a set fee, or you don't sell him. Don't fuck about with this buyback clause business, because that just goes to show that we're a little bit concerned. I mean, I think someone like Chalobah, who's a good age, he's versatile, I think he's got plenty to offer in the squad. He's only just signed a new 2-year contract as well. He's under contract until, I think, 2028 as an option for another year, which could take it to 2029. That does surprise me that, you know, Chelsea would be open to letting him go. I think for Chalobah, he's obviously got aspirations to play for England and make the Euro 2024 squad. Just quickly on this, categorically untrue, not true. He's obviously got ambitions to play for England at next summer's Euros. So that's obviously that's going to be part of the plans there. He's going to need to play regular first team football. I don't think at Chelsea, particularly playing once a week, he's going to get regular first team football. Ultimately, he will be behind Fofana, Silva, Colwell, and Badiashile. And ultimately, maybe it is best for him to move on. I still think he can do a job in the squad. I do worry that if we were just to end up with 4 centre-backs, we might be a little bit light because we get 1 injury or 1 suspension or whatever. We're slightly compromised there. I would like Chalobah to stay, but ultimately it's going to be down to the player and what he thinks is best for his career. Because I think next season at Chelsea, there's no way that we can actually guarantee him regular football that he's going to want to get into the England squad next summer. So yeah, let's wait and see on that front. I don't really know what the situation is going to be and what's going to happen, but you know, at the same time, I'd feel it would be a shame if Chalobah was to go. I don't know what sort of fees being banded about. You'd like to think with the amount of years left on the contract, you know, you could at least get 30 million quid for him. But I mean, getting money out of Inter Milan is like getting blood out of a stone. It's going to be very, very tricky. So I don't know what sort of obligation to buy there would be at the end of the loan. The buyback clause is proving to be an issue. Maybe we just don't put the buyback clause in there. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I mean, Chalobah, for me, I'd like him to stay. I think it'd be a shame if he was to go. I really do. What have we got here? Done that. Lazaro screams flop. I don't really know. Anything on Felix? Not coming. With Jackson coming to be the backup striker, what does the future look like for Dacia Fofana and Broja? Broja will be at Chelsea. Dacia Fofana is in talks about a potential loan move to Galatasaray. Vlahovic on loan with an option to buy would be a good deal. Agreed on that. Cleared up I think we'll use Nicholas Jackson and Broja until next year to get Osimhen. That's taken a big risk, in my opinion. That's not going to happen. We don't need another centre back. Trevor should stay. I like him as well. Agreed. News on Hudson-Odoi is that 2 clubs from Saudi Arabia are interested. Callum's representatives are going to meet with the club in the next couple of weeks to discuss what the plans are for the future. Chalobah should stay. Agreed. I agree. I'd like 5 centre-backs too. There'll be at least 1 injury. Exactly. Considering that Fofana is a bit injury-prone, I think we need him. A very big season coming up for Chalobah at Chelsea. Yeah, I agree. I'd look to keep him. I just think with the amount of injuries we seem to pick up, and hopefully the medical department can be, you know, fixed and whatnot. Let's wait and see what happens, though. Really, I'm just not sure if it's the right thing for Chelsea to do. I think we need 5. I think we need 5 centre backs next season. I really do. A very big season coming up for Chalobah. I've just done that. Can't wait to see Nkunku's blue balloon. Yeah, that's going to hit differently when we see that blue balloon for the first time. Any chance Lukaku stays? I'd say unlikely, but never say never. Can Sterling turn his Chelsea career around? Absolutely he can, but he's going to need to improve a lot as a player. And maybe Pochettino can get more out of him, get him playing better, get the system more suited to him. Let's wait and see what happens on that front. But yeah, look, Chalobah to Inter Milan seems to be gathering pace. The stumbling block appears to be Chelsea wanting a buyback clause, whereas Inter don't want a buyback clause. But yeah, I think at this point in time where we are, I think it'd be a mistake to get rid of Chalobah and leave us with 4 centre-backs. If that means we're just going to sell Chalobah and go and buy another centre-back, we might as well just keep Chalobah. That's what I'm saying. What do you think of Broja? I think he's good. He's raw, but he's got pace. He's got a physical presence. He's a good finisher. Need to see more of him is basic, but I think there's definite potential there, but need to see more of him. Salah to Saudi. No, that's not happening. Keep him. I would swap Lukaku for Barella. I think a lot of us would, but, you know, unfortunately, transfers don't work like that, and football's not that easy. But yeah, I think, guys, that is pretty much it. I'm going to round this one out here. Thank you so much to everyone, every single one of you, for tuning in. Big up everyone in the chat. It's been a monumental day of outgoings at Chelsea. Havertz confirmed, done. £65 million. Havertz will be an Arsenal player. Medicals in the next few days. James can fill in at centre back if needed. And with that new right back, we could be okay. Agreed on that. Silva should be more of a coach than a player. Now, Silva's still doing the business. Silva is still doing the business. But yeah, guys, I'm going to round this one out now. Thank you so much to each and every single one of you for getting involved in the chat, for tuning in. Make sure Chouamani's not coming to Chelsea. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. I'm going to post both links. I'm going to post the links to both channels in the chat one last time. So on your way out, guys, make sure you subscribe to both channels. It's greatly appreciated by myself for my channel and all of us over at Chelsea Fan TV. Both links are now in the chat. Smash the likes on both streams on your way out. Thank you so much for tuning in. As I said, what a day for Chelsea. 5 outgoings. Let's see what tomorrow holds. Guys, I'll be back again tomorrow with another daily transfer update. Let's get these likes up, people, before we round this one out. So smash the like, subscribe to both channels. I'll be back tomorrow with another transfer update. Maybe we can have another day as crazy as this. Hopefully more focused on incomes. But yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good day tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Let's see what the day has in store for us. Until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Up the Chelsea. Peace out.